Well, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Ox, here on the show tonight. It's JFK and the Bridge. Evening, gents.
Evening, Ox, here. Evening, Bridge, man.
Oh, can I say a huge good evening to you? A good evening to you two guys. Massive good evening to you guys in the lobby. And to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
How about you, JFK?
Oh, I'm good. I had a nice lunch with my good lady today and out in the sunshine. A couple of beers. And,
that. Your wife might be listening.
She might be listening, yeah. A good lady, and then I'll take the wife out tomorrow. Aye, a good day. Sun shining up in Glasgow, as they say, you know, as soon as it's above 10 degrees up here, we seem to get tops off, mate. Aye, but it was a nice day today, really enjoyable. So, aye, feeling good tonight, mate. Feeling good, especially after last night. And, yeah.
Good, man. Good. Yeah, Bridgeman, just to let you know, my petition's grown to get Mrs. Bridge in honour. Everybody felt for her yesterday, having to put up with you 8 o'clock.
That's shocking, that. I'm just terrible. I'm not that bad when we lose.
No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday at 5 to 5 when you started singing, and that was 5 to 5 a.m.
That's correct. You're absolutely right, by the way. Absolutely right.
You know, right? Okay, if it's all right with you, JFK, we'll hear the view for the Bridge.
Yep, get it on.
And then we'll hear for you, and then we'll hear for the gaffer, and then we'll get the phone lines open. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a plan.
All right, let's hear the view from the Bridge.
Take anymore. View from the Bridge. Can take anymore.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to a View from the Bridge. Last night's game, RB Leipzig versus Rangers at the Red Bull Arena on Thursday, 28th of April, 2022, UEFA Europa League semi-final. Referee was Benoit Bastien, France. The attendance was 40,303. I believe 7,000 of them or more were Rangers fans. In the impressive Red Bull Arena, it took a moment of brilliance in the 85th minute to deny Rangers a really good 0-0 draw. Leipzig were limited in their opportunities by a great Rangers defensive show, but they do take a slender lead back into Glasgow. So thanks to that stunning Angelino, because Angelino you call him, volley, 5 minutes from time. Just incredible. Kent flashed a rare chance wide for the Rangers, but Rangers will be planning to reverse the scoreline in their favour if the tie is to be salvaged and won back at Ibrox. What a match ahead of us, I can't wait. McGregor made 3 or 4 smashing saves to keep them out up to the time they scored. Our defence was tremendous on the night, disciplined, resourceful, and gave everything. Gio's instructions seem to be getting followed to the letter. Well done, Rangers. Proud of you all. Make no mistake, Leipzig were a very smart outfit. Definitely one of the best teams we have met, if not the best so far. They were very fit and fast, and some exceptionally gifted players who caused us problems all night. I believe some of their players are highly prized and highly priced assets. They were good, so let's see how they can do, how they fare back at Ibrox. Obviously, we were missing some of our better players through injury and so on, but all of our players who played coped well. The game. Leipzig pressed from the start, and Rangers allowed them possession, but kept the back door closed. From 16 minutes, Heinrichs picked the ball up in the inside right position, just inside the Rangers box, and he squares the ball to Nkunku, who just fails to control the ball at the first time. But he gets a chance at it, and he has a shot that is blocked by Bassi. and the ball's cleared. Well done, Bassett. In 18 minutes, Lamer gets in a great through pass to Nkunku, just inside the box and heads goalward, with Goldson trying to catch him and close him down. He gets in a shot on goal, which is brilliantly blocked by Goldson. Well played, Goldson. It was a good tackle, by the way. In 30 minutes, a corner for Rangers from the left is taken by Bonner. Lovely high ball into the middle of the box. Is met by Goldson, who heads over the bar. He gets a head knock for his troubles. Hard lines Goldson. Nice corner, Bonner. Corner, Bonner sound bad. In 31 minutes, Leipzig attack our box. A high ball into the goal mouth. It's headed clear by Tav, but not out of danger. Lands outside the box, outside the 6-yard line, where it reaches Angelino, who gets in a thunderous shot that's blocked by Tav and cleared. Great shot, that guy, Angelino. Well defended, Tav. Rangers are getting some better possession and are making some headway towards the Leipzig goal, but we seem to lose possession very easily. One of our traits, I think. Half-time, Leipzig 0-0 with Rangers. Leipzig continue where they left off before half-time. In 49 minutes, Rangers create a chance. A lovely passing sequence from defence to goal. Tav passes great ball to Aribo just on the halfway line, and he sweeps the ball out to the left to Kent, who drives on into the 6-yard box. It's in a low cross, comes shot towards the back post, but the ball eludes everyone. Tav's there, unfortunately, couldn't get it. Anyone who was close, the ball beat him, and it goes out for a goal kick. Great passing, Rangers, hard lines. In 51 minutes, free kick taken by Goldson inside the Leipzig half, finds right on the right side and the right side of their box. He turns and runs down the wing, makes a nice cross to Aribo on the corner of the 6-yard box, and he heads the ball back to Tav. And Tav gets in a great shot, which is blocked for a corner to Rangers. This is much better, Rangers. In 52 minutes, corner from the left is taken by Borna. Lovely high ball into the middle of the box, met by Goldson again, who heads over the bar. 53 minutes, Leipzig press hard and high again. A lovely ball up to Cuckoo again. They couldn't get out of there. Who controls the ball well and slips in a short ball pass into Shrobowski. Well, that'll do now. And he in turn finds Nkunku again, who gets in a tremendous shot that brings out a marvellous save from McGregor. What a shot and save, my goodness. In 62 minutes, Leipzig press again. A lovely ball up to the Lamer, who's close to the corner of our box, and he controls the ball and has a good loose shot in, which is saved by McGregor. 69 minutes, substitution, Rangers passes Akala, replaces Scott Wright. 70 minutes, Leipzig press again. Great ball up to Nkunku, on the edge of the box, who spins and leaves 3 players for dead. He goes across the box, beats the onrushing McGregor, and has a shot which goes well wide. A sitter any day of the week, which is, you got to think this, oh my goodness gracious. On 76 minutes, a lovely pass from Borna out in the left to Kent, sees him control the ball and stride along into the 18-yard line, along the 18-yard line. And he gets in a great shot, which is saved by the keeper, well saved. 17 minutes, Kent receives the ball from Kamara, and in turn plays the ball inside to Jack, who has a good shot from 30 yards out, but it goes too high. At 79 minutes, a great high cross from Angelino to the back post, finds Nkunku, who gets up but heads wide, watched by Bassi. I don't know whether Bassi put the guy off or not, and that looked like another sitter. Substitution, Rangers, Scott Arfield replaces Joe Aribo, and James Sands replaces Ryan Jack. 84 minutes, Leipzig press high, push the ball out wide to the right to Hendrick, who cuts inside and lays a clever pass to Nkunku again, who lays the ball back to Adams, who gets in a great shot, which is brilliantly saved by McGregor. He's saving some shots tonight. On 85 minutes, a Leipzig corner from the right is cleared by Sakala, who heads way outside the box, and Angelino meets it on the volley and thunders in a shot, which beats everyone, including the keeper, and ends up in the net. Unbelievably bad luck for Rangers. Rangers managed to contain Leipzig for the remainder of the game. Full time, Leipzig 1, Rangers 0. Player by player, McGregor 7, Mark 10. McGregor 7, Tavernier 6, Goldson 8, Bassi 8, Barisic 7, Kamara 6, Jack 6, Lundstrom 7, Wright 6, Aribo 7, and Kent 7. Man of the match, Goldson, followed very, very closely by Bassey, but I thought Goldson was outstanding once again. Match stats: possession 71% Leipzig, 29% Rangers. Total shots 10 for Leipzig, 7 for Rangers. Shots on target 4 for Leipzig, 1 for Rangers. Corners 2 for Leipzig and 2 for Rangers. Fouls 12 for Leipzig, 5 for Rangers. I thought that was pretty good, but that's the end of a View from a Bridge.
View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore. View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore.
Well, thanks for that, Bridge. Plenty of food for thought there. After the show last night, I watched the game again, and I know that GFK would have been watching it either the day or whatever.
Yeah.
The goal was offside.
Yeah.
I never noticed it at the time. I thought it was, and I never seen the replay, and then we done the show, and I never seen it again.
Yeah.
When I seen it after the show, I went, there's 2 players standing in front of Alan McGregor.
No, so much. I never noticed it until this morning. Actually, not so much the first player, but the one directly standing in front of Alan McGregor's definitely impeding him. So it was offside, but there was every goal's looked at where there's VAR involved. So obviously they looked at it. So I don't know why they didn't give an offside.
So do you have to touch the ball now? Maybe one of the refs out there will come on and explain it. Anyway, bit of controversy there, I think, Bridgeman. A bit of controversy I want to take you up on.
Go on then, pal.
To give Tavernier and Scott Wright the same marks last night, I find that quite amazing, mate.
Well, I didn't think Tavernier was very good last night, to be honest.
The second half, I thought he was one of the guys that helped try to push us on. I'm just saying.
I'm not doubting that. But
to give him and Scott Wright the same marks last night, JFK thoughts?
I think all the players were very good last night.
I'd agree with your assessment on Tavernier's second half, but no, I totally agree about. I wouldn't have gave the two of them the same marks. Definitely no. If I was giving anybody the lowest marks in the team, it probably would be right. I don't think.
I've not had any problems with any of the players. I thought they all did their best.
They gave us everything they had. Even
aye.
He couldn't have had the ball, Bridge. Every time he got the
they
ball.
They certainly seemed to give the ball away a lot. That's for sure. But given everything, I thought it was a tremendous performance by Rangers, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy. Getting back to Ibrox with that was always tremendous.
It was a strange game, Oxford. Do you not think so?
It was. As soon as you see the lineup, the first half, it panned out the way we wanted it, and I thought the tactics to play like that, he got his tactics spot on. You think, what did he have that first half? The one that Bassey blocked, the one that Tapp blocked, and that was it. Yeah,
100%. It was strange in the way that that everything was all played in the middle. We at one point, I think for a good 10, 11 minutes, we couldn't even get into their half. But that didn't bother me as such, because we weren't going there to attack them, because I think they'd have probably destroyed us. But Nkunku and Zabolzlai up front.
It's easy for you to say.
I know.
Only because I heard somebody say the commentary the day again, and I wouldn't have been able to say it. I still need to remember to say that. It's the way it's said. Zabozlai. It's a silent S. I thought they'd have gave us a problem. The guy in Nkunku is a lot of plaudits going to be there. He's supposed to be a 50 to 60 million pound player in the making. So I was really pleased with the performance of everybody. They all get pass marks. Pass marks is above 5, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I thought it was I've got to say, I thought Conor Golson was immense, and then Bassey was in the forward behind him.
Yeah, I agreed with Bridges. Conor Golson, man of the match. I thought he was excellent, and Marshall defence brilliantly. But Big Lundstrom playing in that position, I think his strip would have been right back into the hamper. He strolled it, Bridge.
Aye,
it looks like it does, and I think I find that when I see him, I think he strolls every game. That's my honest opinion. He doesn't have to do too much. He's got his bit of swagger about him. He gets the ball and he moves the ball about wisely. But I have to say that both Goldson and Bassey, outstanding. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Lundstrom is a tremendous asset for us, tremendous asset, and I hope he goes on from strength to strength. Really, you can actually play him anywhere you want. That's how gifted he is.
But what became apparent last night is, and I'm not even going to say Kemar Roof because he's a different kind of player. I know he can give us more. How much we missed Alfredo, JFK.
Oh, definitely. Oh, there was a few times, and especially in the first half, when we were looking to get that ball up for Tavernier, and you're looking for somebody who can turn a player, and Alfie's good at that, and he just backs into him, and the next thing the ball's there, they're heading his away with it. Aye, 100%, Oxy. We definitely missed Alfie. So it'll be interesting to see what the manager does come next Thursday. Obviously, we've got a big game on Sunday, but we're obviously all pleased. I mean, I said it before the game, 1 each or 2-1 to us. Maybe been a wee bit overconfident there, but I'll take the 1-0 defeat all night. You're the same. You said that last night, but yeah, a workman-like performance. Wasn't a fantastic performance, but a workman-like.
I must admit, when Kent done that shimmy, I was waiting for the net to bulge, Bridge.
Oh,
me too. And he's a wee star in as well. If he could score a couple of goals, he'd be 9 out of 10 every weekend. Really good player.
I was annoyed at the time, and obviously you're calming the emotion in the game because he never hit the target, JFK.
No, I know. We were all screaming here as well. It's as what it is on the night. His wee step overs and wee shimmy shakes and all that, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. In this instance, it didn't. So going forward, we've got to be hopeful that'll come off from next week. So aye. In some quarters, there's people talking about, he should have maybe played in the middle, but no, for me, we've talked about before the show, it was never going to be him in the middle. So,
Joe Rebo, I understand taking Joe Rebo off because of the yards he covered and all that, but when he was up, I would have put Sakala on the right and left, or even put Kent right and Sakala left and left the Rebo up top personally,
Aye.
But I have to agree with you there. Most assuredly.
But I mean, it's all heat of the moment stuff. The gaffer gets something right. Look, I'll give you this scenario, lads. If we win the game at Ibrox, the worst we can get is penalty kicks to get a Europa League Cup final. That's fact, as Bostar would say. That's fact.
Aye.
Right? It's true, Bridge.
Yeah.
If we win the game at Ibrox, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to do is win 1-0 or buy
2-1, 5-4. There's still penalty kicks.
Yeah, absolutely. If we, I see them as I thought that team were magnificent last night. I thought they were magnificent, and they weren't afraid to sort of heavy tackle in, and the only one that could stand up, not two rather, Goldson and well, most assuredly Bassey. I thought Bassey was outstanding in the heavy stuff. Man stuff. They're really going to put him in.
I'm going to put this out here. I don't think they're the best team or the second best team we played in this tournament. JFK.
2 words out with me. I didn't think they're any great. I'll be quite honest with you. I mean, having watched a couple of their games, full 90 minutes, I was quite impressed in some of their play. But I watched their last game against Union Berlin and they were pants. I think our only problem was last night that we didn't have an Alfredo Morelos, because I think if we did Alfredo Morelos last night, I think we could have come away with a Dortmund result. I know they had a couple of half decent chances. I know the boy that was pushed out wide by Lundstrom and he blasted it out of the bar, and then a couple of cracking saves by Alan McGregor. Apart from that, we pinned them back well when we defended well. Lundstrom, they say, I bet he could have just hung his shirt back up, as you said. He commanded it where he played. So, no, I wouldn't even put him in the top 3 of the teams we've played so far, Oxy. I agree with that, mate.
I think that that's the best defensive display that we put on. I thought really heavy 5 across the back. Tremendous stuff. I never thought we would ever do that time,
It was quite clever, really. Because it was actually like a 3-3 where 2 and Bonner and Talbot having to slide up and down at the right time. And
That's right.
I've got to take my hat off to the coaches. I've got to take, and the players.
Well done.
For the discipline they showed. Look, I'll say it again to you two gentlemen. We win the game at Ibrox. The worst we can do is penalty kicks to get to the Europa League Cup final. Come on, let's put it in context, Bridge.
Yeah, I'm delighted. Seriously, I'm just disappointed. And it's not that much disappointment, really. It's a great result, but we're down 1 game, 1 goal. We should be able to take them. If we're any good, if we stand up and do what we did against that, what do you call them? I can't remember their name. Who were we playing? Braga. If we play against something, play the same way as we played against them, we absolutely thundered them. Ran right over the top at times, you know. They didn't know what to do with us. And they're not a bad team. So I think this is a slightly better team. I like their young coach, an Italian guy. He speaks perfect English. It's amazing, just amazing. So I think he's got a good. Was it used? Jimmy say there, 40 to 60 million pound team? Wow.
No. They're just in Kunku. The number 18 in Kunku, he's a 50 to 60 million pound player.
I was going to ask you about that. So that's only in Kunku, yeah.
Aye.
By the way, wasn't half a good player?
Aye, but I'll tell you what, when he went round Alan McGregor,
aye,
and he put it over the bar, was it only just me that thought at that particular point our name could be on this cup?
Aye.
You
made an analogy there about we win the game and it's penalties at the very, very thing. I don't even see that. I think the 90 minutes will win the tie, mate.
I hope you're right, GFG.
I mean, with the 52,000 that's going to be there on the night, I think we'll win the tie. I think whether we've got roof or no, I think we're more than capable of winning the tie. Obviously, we'll not play the same way as we did last night because it's quite alien to us. But the team done well, coaching staff done well to play that way. But I think getting back to Ibrox next Thursday, I think after 90 minutes the tie will be done. I think we'll get through to the final, mate.
Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to hear for your gaffer. And as soon as that's finished, we're going to get the phone lines open. So let's hear for the gaffer today, no after the match, today. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
How's the squad this morning? Any injury issues? And with the short turnaround to Celtic, can we expect a number of changes?
Well, we just, I think the players still have breakfast now. I think we are doing a recovery session and our normal session on the pitch in the morning, and then we fly back. So we still have a short time, I should say. It's always short after the Thursday games in Europe to prepare for the weekend. But, I think today is just, very important to recover well and then make sure we have a good look and feel about the players and how they feel and make tomorrow the plan for Sunday. So, still too early to say who's going to play or not, but especially in these weeks where you have so many games, you have to rotate players at some point, but how many players, I will know tomorrow.
And there was some dubiety about Leipzig's goal last night, something that it may have been offside. What's your thinking about that? Is that something that you looked at last night and thought?
Yeah, well, we saw some, of course, after the game, we saw some images where Alan didn't have appeared not to have a good view on the ball. I think Angelino, he hit the ball, almost perfect, but, you want your goalkeeper to have a chance. I think they checked it with VAR. I'm not sure they watched the positions of those players, but, it's a discussion after the game when the goal was counted. And, we have to prepare well for next week. I think the players did an excellent performance, really close in bringing a really good result back home to Ibrox. Now we have to, win this tie with 1 goal difference and take it back to Ibrox. So we've shown that we are capable in doing so. And, the crowd will always give us a lot of energy to play these games.
Giovanni, last night, speaking to yourself and listening to you and Ryan at the press conference, I sensed a real confidence in you that you're looking forward to getting Red Bull back to Ibrox with the crowd and being able to turn them over. Would that be an accurate description of how you're feeling today?
Yes, that's pretty much how I feel. Of course, yesterday, straight after the game, the disappointment of getting the goal against us in the set piece. That was the overall feeling. But, the more you have time, the more you think about back at the game. We still are well in the tie to reach a European Cup final, which is, amazing if you look back in the history of this club. So that shows the performances these players had in Europe are excellent. And we have the chance next week to give our best, give it our all, to reach the final in Seville, and that's our aim.
It's an Old Firm game on Sunday, and of course they're always important in Glasgow. But how do you stop the players from maybe looking beyond that and looking ahead to Thursday? Because I know the fans are already almost concentrating on next Thursday more than Sunday.
Well, it's I think it's easy. I had my team talk after the game. And then we closed the Leipzig tie after the game for, we're going to prepare again for them next week. Our focus is now on Celtic. And so that's what the players know. That's what we're going to do today because we have the recovery and the session. And tomorrow we will have the last session to prepare our players for the game on Sunday.
Yeah, Giovanni, just in terms of that against Celtic, how big a benefit was it beating Celtic in the semi-final in terms of going into this one, giving you belief now that you can win in this fixture?
Well, the belief is there. I mean, we won an important semi-final to reach the cup final. You see, this season, we won 2, we lost 2. So the overall, it's even, it's in the balance. Of course, it's not in the balance the way we are in the league. They have the advantage with the 6 points. So we have to go and try to get a good result to keep the belief that we can win the league, but. That's difficult because we are trailing them for 6 points and they have the advantage. But we try to make our position a little bit better on Sunday.
Giovanni, hi. In some ways, how welcome is the Celtic game on Sunday in terms of a game where you want to go and attack, you want to have a go at them in preparation for that tie at Ibrox, where obviously you need to go out and really go at Leipzig at home?
As you said, we have to win this game, so it's a totally different approach than we had yesterday. Yesterday, the approach was to get a good result back to Ibrox, and Sunday and next week, we have to win our game. So it's got to be a different approach, and so in that way, it's we have to go out and make sure we do everything for the win. So that's different than the approach yesterday. Yes.
Giovanni, one of the key things that came out in the semi-final was towards the end of extra time, it seemed to be the Celtic players that were flagging and getting tired rather than the Rangers players, despite the fact that Rangers had extra time against Braga on the Thursday. Is that something that you expect to see again on Sunday, where as you get towards the end of the game, you're hoping that your players are still going and the Celtic players will flag again?
Well, my objective and my job and what I'm doing at the moment is make sure to have my players well prepared for the game, mentally, physically. Also make sure, as I said before, to watch my team and also look at the physicality of my players. That's my job. To be well prepared before this game, that I know my players will get everything on Sunday again to get a good result, and that's all I'm asking them to do. That's what they've been doing for the last couple of months in a very hectic schedule. So we just keep on doing that, and it's still double fixtures until the end of the season. But we are enjoying the moment we're in, and we take every game by game. So Sunday we go again. We will recover good. We will prepare well and give 100% on Sunday in a good performance.
Well, thanks for that. Very, very honest. Like my previous manager, I think he's honest. He's not getting carried away. He knows that we'll have to play a different style. And funny enough, he mentioned the offside goal, JFK.
Yep. As usual, he's eloquent in his words and he speaks very well. It's nice to listen to him. I watched that today. Yep, he spoke about the penalty, and obviously they had a look at it after the game. I mean, like I said, I didn't see it. And game time, I didn't see it until the day when I watched the game again. But he's right what he says, It's looking up in the day, and you could tell he's got a wee twinkle in his eye. I think he knows that this is the best chance we've got again into a European final since 2008, and what a fantastic chance we've got. And we've got to grasp this with both hands, mate. Got to grasp it with both hands. And yeah, the players, it's only human nature. The players will have in their minds Thursday night's game, even though they're playing them on Sunday. But that's only human nature to feel like that. But what a fantastic 2 big games coming up for us, and it could then be a fantastic 4 days at the end of a month. The 18th for the final, 2 finals in a row, 18th and 21st. My goodness, would that not be wonderful?
Put me down for a new lover. Put me down for a new lover.
A new lover. Jeez. Put me in for a box of Valium.
Oh, yesterday was bizarre.
Oh, wasn't it?
Bizarre day. Anyway, we've been joined by Juicy. Evening, Juicy.
Yeah, I'm set to be in that mental house as well, guys.
Play Juice.
Hey, Juicy.
Oh, good evening. Oh, it's just like the Braga week again. Just massive fixtures after massive fixtures. Where we want to be.
Yep, yeah. Yeah. Give us your thoughts last night, Juicy. What did you think?
Well,
you had time to reflect.
My prediction was 3-2, which was obviously totally wrong because we approached the game in the total opposite to how I thought we'd approach it. I thought we would try and be more progressive and perhaps like the Dortmund game, but they chose to sit in and they sat in very, very well. And as you said, Oxford, conceding them 1 goal, all right, it was a bit annoying, but it doesn't change too much. We still have to go and win the game at Ibrox regardless. It would have only been more concerning if we'd conceded another. So we still have to go and win the game. We may need 2 goals. We may need 3 goals over 120 minutes like the Braga. So I'm absolutely over the moon. This is what we all wanted, guys. We just wanted whatever the score was to be in the tie for the second leg. And we've got that. So I'm pleased because we've got an unbelievable chance of getting to a Euro final. If I could handpick the league fixtures, it would be nice if we didn't have a derby this Sunday, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just do the best we can. If he has to make changes on Sunday, so be it. But whatever team we play.
Are you saying to me that the supercomputer randomly picked a game because we were still in Europe between the 2 Thursdays when the semi-final would be played? Is that what you're saying to me, Juicy?
I would never infer such a thing, but probably that could be the case. Why on earth this fixture wasn't last week, I will never know.
Wow.
Is it a computer or is it just a caster picking sticks? I don't think there's any computer involved in the final 5 fixtures.
Yeah, I know exactly. There's no confusion involved.
The super duper computer.
Yeah. How did they manage? We played them the last game of the first section, wasn't it? How did that happen?
It's done now, so we get on with it. I mean, the big telling point is what Juicy said there, and when the way we played, I did expect us to come out a wee bit more gung ho than we did, but the result at the end of the day is all that mattered, and we're still in the tie big time. And again, we're not going to dwell on it, Oxford, but the goal that was 100% offside. What a difference that would have made if there was more made it at the time. But, no, I didn't even hear anybody.
It was the biggest German fiddle since Boris Becker.
Well, aye.
Boris.
Too soon.
Right, Juicy, get your thoughts on the performance.
I was really, really impressed with the performance. They fought really, really hard. When you could see how they were setting up, it wasn't the most enjoyable game to watch, was it? It was a typical backs to the wall performance, but we weren't like massively under the cosh, were we? Yeah, it looks bad when you look at the stats, 70% to them. They didn't have that many chances. And Nkunku, he probably should have been on target, but we did enough to put him off. So, I'm going to give us a bit more credit on that. We were unfortunate a little bit with their goal, because maybe if Lundstrom had got his head to it, it would have been cleared a bit more. I don't want to slam Fashion. He was only trying to do his best to get rid of it. You've got to remember the fact that we were missing some of our forward players as well, and I don't want to slam poor Righty, but I think this is a level that was maybe a little bit too much for him last night. He tried his best, but he wasn't laying the ball off quickly enough, and he was sort of caught napping with it every time he did get it, and it wasn't really helping us that much. But we proved against Braga away that Sakala through the middle doesn't really work either. So option-wise, we were a little bit limited. But in the second half, it was so much better. We went for it a little bit more. Aribo was a bit more of that focal point.
Aribo caused him problems last night, yeah.
He did. And I was a little bit worried when we took him off, because I actually thought it was encouraging him on a bit more.
Just imagine if that, and I know it's if buts and maybes as GFK would say, just imagine if that was the Buffalo with Aribo in Scott Wright's position, how much stronger our team is. Just in GFK.
Yeah, it's just a no-brainer, isn't it? And also, what you get from Alfredo is not just the physicality; it's the anticipation as well. Those guys were just a little bit slow in anticipating Kent's ball across the goal line. Alfie normally gets a foot on those kind of things, doesn't he? And he misses some as well. That's.
Do you know what annoyed me about that? Tavernier ran past Scott Wright. Tavernier, for right back, was busting his neck to get into the centre forward position, and Scott Wright, I think, was pulling his socks up.
Yeah,
I know, and that's just the difference between some of the levels of quality that we've got in our team, unfortunately. And I think we've all seen an improvement in Wright recently, but
wasn't his night,
yeah, and there's still levels between some of the quality in the squad. Some players are more of an SPFL level, and some players are more of a European level. And I'm not saying that in certain matches Wright wouldn't be useful. It's just the way we were set up yesterday didn't help his skills as a player, and he's not that good at holding the ball up. And even against Celtic the other week, his skill was running at them when he had the ball. Wasn't really laying it off, because whenever he was laying it off, it wasn't actually that good in that game either. But when he was running at them, he was causing them problems. So we can see where his skills are, but we were limited with our options. And I didn't really want to see Diallo play, so we used what we had.
Yeah. No criticism of the manager. We've done. GF, can you come in there? I've got a question for Bridge.
See, I mean, it's not that we're a one-man team, but I mean, our way of playing is obviously vastly different from what we did last night. We didn't have that the physicality Alfie up front, so we had to adapt. And it did show last night that we needed somebody like Alfie. But you're right, I was just going to say that earlier on about the way Tav ran by, right, you know, what was he then, tying his laces, pulling his socks or what? So, we know having Alfie on the part, the manager had to do something drastic. And I'm quite happy for the result we got, albeit it should have been nothing each. And I'm going to, that'll stick in my throat since I seen it this morning. But it's a great result, Oxford, going into next Thursday. We're 90 minutes away for a Europa League final. My goodness. Who would have thought that 5 years ago? Never mind. Oh, geez, absolutely wonderful.
10 years yesterday, mate. We were on the match to Hampden, mate. 10 years yesterday.
Yeah, so we were. I had done that, aye.
Here's a question for you, Bridge. I'll not make it too hard, right?
Okay, pal, thanks.
Right. You can see that we're disappointed because we lost the goal late on, but if we'd lost that goal in the first 5 minutes and then come out with that result, we'd have been delighted, wouldn't we? It's bizarre. It's bizarre football, isn't it?
Yeah. Over a minute. I think, you know, obviously I've seen it 3 times now, and I haven't noticed too much of it, an offside or a block. I never saw anything like that.
I will see if you get into the Rangers radio lobby. I will see if your wonderful technical staff can put it in there. Cool. I'll get a yes or a no on for that. Then you can have a look, mate. Yeah.
Magic. Yeah. It's just, you know what?
Do you know the other thing? I'll not even charge you for that.
Thanks, pal. I wouldn't have paid you anyway. You know that.
Oh, I know that.
I was just going to say that. There's 2 things about the goal that they got. Not the actual goal we got, absolutely outstanding, a brilliant goal, and that's the kind of thing you wanted to do when you were running up and you managed to get a ball on the volley. If you can keep it a wee bit lower, but get in there, you're always going to get a really good shot on the volley. Nearly always. But the wrong man headed that ball, you know, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate. I think if Lundstrom gets that ball, it goes straight back out towards the throw-in line, the shy line, you know. I think that's where it happened, where I went for a throw-in, or the guy would put it back to the guy. But the truth of the matter is, I know Sakala wants to head the ball up the pitch, and that's what he did. He headed it up the way. No offence to the guy. He's done his best. It went 30 yards or something like that, and I'm quite happy with that, as far as that's concerned. The second one was, and it's only, I'm just scraping around here. I think that Ryan Kent could have got to that ball.
No, I don't think he could, Bryce, and I'll tell you why. If you see it again, Kent goes out to block the short corner that comes in, and the time it gets there, it's either done. It's all done in split seconds. He tried to get there. He wasn't lazy in that particular fashion to play. And also, if I'm being honest, I would have took Kent off. I thought he'd run his race and gave us everything.
Yeah.
Juicy.
Yes, defensively, I thought Kent was absolutely superb yesterday, and actually, in so many matches this season, his work rate defensively has been unreal. And I know people have criticised him for his lack of goals. That's perfectly true. He's a forward player, and he's not scored as many as he did last season. His contribution was massive. But he still made 17 assists in all competitions this season, which is really good on the assists. But defensively, I can't think of many forward players that track back as often as him. It's just unbelievable the way he comes back and tackles a guy.
He gave us everything. I thought he gave us everything. He must have had a record number of nutmegs last night, JFK, all over the pitch.
Aye.
I thought he was tremendous. I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
I thought he burnt his cell out. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. He's running, you know, and that we don't know what will happen in Sunday if the gaffer will rest him. But I know we'll probably come on to that second part of the show. But he deserved to be coming off because I think he'd ran his race, Oxford. But a cracking game, mate. Can
I ask any wingers or midfielders that watched that game last night? Was there something wrong with that pitch, or was there something wrong with our team's studs?
But it was them as well.
99% of the slips and slides was us. Our players. So I don't know whether it was.
Bassey, Tav slipped a few times.
Yeah, absolutely, pal, absolutely.
They said that we didn't train on it, and it looked to me, mate, as if they sometimes choose the wrong studs, mate. I don't get it.
That's probably what it is.
Right.
Probably what it is. So hopefully that's
possibly.
They look at that, and then they do make sure that they even got onto the pitch to let them feel it with a stud, before the game.
And the choice of studs is personal, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. And you've got to be able to get a wee bit of play in your game, your training, and so on and so forth, and you'll feel it. But I thought I'd ask you, because I'm saying to myself, that pitch is immense, but it's a beautiful big stadium, and there must be a new pitch,
No, they watered it, mate, so they could move the ball.
Is that what it is?
Aye, look, I thought they were a good technical side. They weren't as quick as Dortmund, weren't as quick as Braga, and didn't hurt us as often as Red Star did. They were very good on the ball, but they're 70% possession juicy. A lot of that was at the centre backs having it side to side, in front of your whole team.
90% of that.
Your name's no Juicy Bridge.
Sorry, pal. Sorry.
Juicy.
It certainly was. It wasn't that sexy from them, was it? In terms of high quality technical football, I wasn't overawed by them. One thing I will say is for the next leg, I know you guys, earlier were just talking about, starting fast and stuff. I don't want to start too fast against them. Not that I don't want an early goal like Braga, that would be lovely. But I do think this is a better team than Braga, and I do think they are, because I've seen some of their Bundesliga matches, they are a good counter-attacking team, as we are. If we press too much, they will find opportunities to get that ball to Nkunku, and he could cause us problems if he gets into space. I think we've seen that if you give him too much opportunity. So we've got to proceed with some caution. We don't have to score after 1 minute. We've just got to score at some point in the 90, preferably twice, to get it done in the 90. But don't panic if we don't get it done in the first 15, 20 minutes. We might have to work at it. Because we have to have some caution, because we let them score first, this could run away from us really quickly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right, it can work either way for us. Don't care when we get the goal, score the goal. If we can get a goal, great. Back in the tie. It's all about winning the game.
Yeah.
The scores are relevant. It's a game. Yeah. It's a cup final. It's a league decider. We win the game, and I'll say it again, the worst we can get is penalty kicks, GFK, if we win the game.
Yeah, the worst is we can get penalty kicks, but I'm still under the impression that I think we'll win it in the 90 minutes, mate. I kind of disagree with Juicy. I don't think they're a better team than Braga at all. I think they're on par with Braga. I've watched them as well. As I say, I watched them last week against Union Berlin, and they were absolutely gank. So I think at full House Ibrox, I think I'm not going to say we're going to win 3-0 then, but I think a 2-0 score is no out of the realms of possibility for us, mate. So, but you're right. If we win the game, the worst we can get is penalties.
Is yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But listen, I would love to win 3-1, 2-0. I'd take that bridge all day long, but what I'm saying is factual.
Yeah, for me, I'll go for the lowest score that gets us through. I'm going for a 2-0 for Rangers. That's what I want.
But that's an exciting game for you. That's double the goals you usually get.
If we can get 10 goals, then all the better. But for me, I'd be very happy to walk out Ibrox with a 2-0 lead, a 2-0 win, rather. And that's us through. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. And that team that we played last night were very physical when it was needed. And they were very physical. And that was a good game. That was a good match at some parts. And our defence were unbelievable. That's the best we've ever played as a defence. The only one mistake, and that was it cost us a goal. Oops, a daisy. Somebody coming in.
Yeah, there is. We'll be joined with Peter for 5. Evening, Peter.
Good evening. How are you all doing?
What's on your mind, mate? What's on your mind?
Yeah, just touching on what you're talking about. Before a ball was kicked, all we said last night was keep us in the tie to come back to Ibrox. We did that. And I thought with the hand that we were dealt, the boys did brilliantly last night. Yeah, don't get
And you're dealt, you mean the players that weren't available, Peter?
Yeah.
Aye, okay, fair shout, mate, yeah.
The goal, yeah, it was a wonder strike. Yeah, as the manager said, he could hit it another 10 times and wouldn't go in. But let's be honest, yeah, we played well, but the goal does deserve to win a game. It's a great strike. But Rangers never had a go at them last night. But when Rangers created chances, we made them look shaky at the back as well. The one with Kent, the one where Aribo knocks it down to Tav. So it gives you hope for Ibrox. And they're very slow in their build-up. Yeah, they had a lot of possession last night, but I never once thought, you know what, this could be a 2, 3 or 4, nothing. I was actually quite content last night. They were good going forward, but I never really thought, no, they're going to hammer us, and I think we can really take them at Ibrox, and we will do it in the 90 minutes.
All right, mate, I'm not caring about the 90 minutes. I just want to be... I just want to get through the tie, and if we win the game in 90 minutes and then win extra time and we're through, I don't care. I don't know if I might be in the Queen Elizabeth, but I'll still not care, you know. And in that ward, there'll be me, there'll be Big Stevie, JFK.
Aye. Going to ask you a question, guys. I mean, I get a feeling that we're not as buoyant as we think we should be. Are some of us in a bit of a shock about what we could achieve here?
I think some of the lack of buoyancy comes with the late goal, JFK, bizarrely. Yeah.
Aye.
And I think
Probably,
we're on that the day yesterday. We never slept the night before. We couldn't eat a thing yesterday.
No. Aye. My house is spotless. Aye, I mean it's looking to be hopefully a good season, you know. Looking forward to next Thursday immensely, like everybody else, and that'll be another sleepless night the night before, and then it'll be the cup final, innit? So the real McCoy, then it's winner take all.
Cup final to get you to a cup final, mate. You win the cup
mate.
final,
Aye.
the cup final, aye.
Aye.
There's some run of games we've got in it. We've just had up to, you know, and now and next. Oh my goodness gracious, heavy stuff. Well,
the old adage, Bridgeman, we'll just take one game at a time.
That's all we're doing. That's all
we can do. Yeah.
I suppose we'd end up doing their head in.
Hi, just here you come, mate.
Well, you recall 2008 semi-final against Fiorentina. We had the first leg at Ibrox, and I remember the fans were really, really nervy, and it was a really edgy game, wasn't it? Finished 0-0, but the fans were quiet because I think everyone was, let's be fair, bricking it to a certain extent because they knew what was at stake. Then, of course, the second leg was in Italy, and that went the distance at 0-0 as well. So this time it's reverse. Right, we're one goal down, but we need the fans to be on it like they were for all the other home legs, and be that 12th man. We can't be nervy because it will transmit to the players. We've seen that when we've had some of those turgid performances in the league. We need to be, and I know they will be because that's how the fan base is at the moment, on it, as they have been through this entire tournament. But they've really got to turn it up again because I recall that Fiorentina game. I just remember how edgy it was.
Yeah, talking about fans, the Rangers support were magnificent last night.
Aye.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah, it's in the lobby, the goal bridge, and he's standing 2 feet in front of Alan McGregor. He's offside all day long. We're going to have a poll, quick poll, Facebook, etc. Is he offside? Yes or no? It's that simple, JFK.
Yes.
So yes for me.
What was their VAR man doing then, Oxcher? What had he? Did the guy that was the offside, was he not in last night?
I don't know. I think what it was is he was at the London Stadium and he was fighting with the West Ham fans at the time. The VAR man.
Heard of the box among teasers.
Have you seen it, Bridget? It's in the lobby, and you'll see about Kent Disney. Kent can't do any more, mate.
No.
Can't do any more. It's in the lobby, yeah. So we'll ask you on the social media platforms. It's simple: yes or no. Yes or no. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, it was two of them offside. Because I was wondering why McGregor was down so laboured. But then you see why. But as what it is, we've just got to take it. Yeah, it's hard to take because what's happened. But we just got on with it. We just go and beat them at Ibrox.
Unless one of the referee wants to come in. If Fox is saying he doesn't box, the goalie's view. I know he needs his eyes tested, Fox, but he's right in front of him, so he's in his periphery. I don't know what you think. GFK.
No, I didn't. In game time, I didn't notice it, but I watched it the day of games without all the tension. And the first thing I thought, my God, he's stunning right in front of Alan McGregor. The first guy isn't impeding anybody, but it's certainly the second guy who is only 2 feet away from Alan McGregor. Certainly, for me, the rules state that should have been offside. So VAR's looked at it and decided it was a good goal. So look, the boy had a wonder strike, but it should have been offside, mate. But it's done now, so we're not like others who want to cry every time that they think they get an injustice against them. So we'll take it in the chin and just go on, mate.
Yeah, have you seen it yet, Bridge?
No, I'm in the lobby now, but I can't see any.
Because you've just logged in. It was posted before, and we can't wait for you. I'll get him to repost it for you.
I can't see any messages or anything in it.
I'll not be there because you've logged in after it's been shown, mate. Yeah, they'll put it to Old School Blue will post it again. What's your thinking? Juicy, offside for you? Yes or no?
I preferred the days when if a man was offside, he was just offside. The whole interfering with play thing, it's never made too much sense to me. And now you've got VAR involved as well. You'd think it would be easier for them to call it. So presumably their perception is that he's not interfering with play.
Juicy, it's a yes and a no answer.
Well, of course I'm going to say yes, he was offside.
That's all right. No, you're entitled to say no. Have you seen it yet, Bridgman?
No.
All right, okay. We'll get it. We'll sort it for you, mate. We'll sort it for you.
I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place.
Oh. Old School Blues saying the Mary's looking at it. He's saying no. The Mary, I look at it, I'm saying yes. We'll see what everybody else says. Right, okay. Okay. Peter, who were the stars for you last night?
I thought they all did well. Kent's work rate was absolutely tremendous last night. As Juicy said, he's up and down. I thought Bassey did well. Goldson just found another gear last night. He was absolutely tremendous last night. And that tackle he done, the boys, you think, that boy's going to score. Goldson comes out of nowhere and blocks it. I thought the whole team did well. You know, they made it hard for them to play, find the spaces that they normally find with these. I was quite content with the whole team last night. I don't think the formation suited right last night, but
the formation doesn't come in to the fact that you don't control the ball, you don't keep the ball, and you can't pass it. That's nothing to do with the formation.
I was just about to say, but I think this level's a bit too high for him. He could maybe only cut it in the SPL.
Listen, he might have just had a bad night. Let's give him a bit. I'm not saying he played well, but he might have just had a bad night. I mean, even I have a bad night now and then. Anyway, get yourself in mute. Get yourself in mute, because we're going to have a tune.
There's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jab. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is so called Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town. The bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Tybrook's Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Thames before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that, lads. Right, okay. I think the anticipation and everything's going to build towards Thursday, and I never thought, and I'll take this to JFK and then we'll go to Juicy with it. I never thought that an Old Firm game would be overshadowed with any game, but it is JFK.
I think it is Oxshare, and the fact is that I'm not saying the game on Sunday doesn't matter because of the points thing. I know you're not saying that, but I agree with you. It has overshadowed their game. You know, it is in our minds the game on Sunday, but I can't get my head's racing, my mind's racing. I can't get away from next Thursday, and that'll be like this new to next. No, the game starts next Thursday 8 o'clock, and. You're right, you know, Sunday's game I'm not saying doesn't mean anything, but it has overshadowed it somewhat because we're thinking ahead of what could be and what the prize is in front of us. And it's brilliant, mate. It'll maybe drive me up the wall and drive my wife up the wall, but it's absolutely, it's a great feeling to think that things could happen very quickly for us the next week. Absolutely, you know. Really looking, can't wait, mate. Can't wait. Wish it was tomorrow.
I agree with JFK. Sorry.
Just a bit.
Yeah, I mean it's strange, isn't it? An old firm game. It's definitely the second of the two fixtures, mainly because of the situation of the league. And even if we win, as good as a result of that would be, we'd love it if we win on Sunday. They're still going to have to drop points in 2 of 3 matches in a season where it's probably the opposition in the league outside of Rangers and Celtic is probably some of the worst it has been in years. Yeah. So, it's. We played and beat an atrocious Motherwell side last week, and you're asking some of those teams to go and get a result against them. It's just not likely. So we can't influence that. We can only take care of our own game, and whatever team he puts out on Sunday, they'll do their best. And if he chooses to rest some players,
to this number are being screened by BT Core Guard.
Carry on, Juicy.
If he chooses to rest a few players, I'm not going to hold that against his decision making, because he's not treating it as a lesser fixture. He's just trying to manage his squad accordingly for what is 2 very big games. But is Thursday a bigger game because of the circumstance of the league? Yes, it is.
Aye. It's bizarre. Can I say on that one? I don't necessarily think that Thursday's a bigger game. The bigger game is the one in the next one we've got to play, no matter who it is you're playing against. But it would be wonderful if we could go to their place and get a victory. That would be great. And then that would give us a bit of boost, confidence-wise.
All right, I'm going to put you in the spot, Bridge, and you only. So you're rubbing that lamp, that genie, doing your brassies tomorrow like you do every Saturday morning. Doing all your war medals and that, and getting all the brassies all signed up for the right? And the genie pops out and says you can have 1 victory or 2-0 Sunday or Thursday. What are you taking, Bridge?
Thursday.
Hello, how we doing, Willie?
Hi, how you doing, Ox? All right.
Right, we've got a referee with us now. Referee. Willie, put your referee hat on for us if you don't mind. Take your bowler hat off.
I was sitting watching the game last night, and the goal went in, and I thought, what a strike. And I'm always looking for any infringements if we concede a goal. Mm-hmm. And right away I thought, that's okay, he's a mile offside, he's right in front of McGregor. That's it. If the ref doesn't get it, the linesman doesn't get it, VAR will get it. I couldn't believe when they up and restarted the game and that goal was allowed to stand. Couldn't believe it. I've looked at it from all different angles today, and it's unbelievable. As the ball passes the man that's offside, the one that's the furthest offside, it almost hits him. It's inches away from him. And the more I look at it, all different angles, how VAR can look at that and say to the referee, it's offside, or go and look at the monitor. See what you think for different angles. Blatantly offside for me, absolutely never a goal. It never have stood.
There you are.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Peter?
I agree as well. Clearly offside. It's a sore one because I said we've done so well, but it's frustrating. Yeah. On you go, Ridgeman.
I was going to say, I don't see it the same way as you guys do it. I haven't got a great view of it, but I've looked at it. I've watched the game 3 times, and I didn't see anything wrong. The guy took a marvellous shot, and it went past a number of players. Nobody tried to go for the ball. Nobody attempted to play the ball. You know what I mean? It just went straight in the net. Nobody touched it at all. Even the goalkeeper never touched it. But I don't see where the offside comes.
Ridgeman, the man that's their attacker that's furthest forward, the nearest man to McGregor, he's involved in active play because he's interfering with play, because he's interfering with an opponent. He's interfering with McGregor. He's blocking his view. He's in an offside position. He's gained an advantage. It should have been offside.
I'll go with what you say.
Go and look at it, Bridgeman. See how far offside he is.
Bridgeman, yeah? It's in the call. Go and look at it and come back in a couple of minutes. I'll put it in there for you. Yes. Have a look.
I'll try my best to see it.
It's in this. You only have to press the button. I can't do any more. The same as a Butcher Seville trip, your plane trip, your hotel. He said 4-star. Jeez, old Bridge. Right. Right, have a look and then come back in. On you go, Willie. Take your bowler hat off and put your referee's hat off.
I thought that the referee, I thought he let them away with a lot of fouls in the first half. I thought he's going to be one of these referees. See, you never know when you're getting a foreign referee. In different countries, they've got different directives. And the VAR is probably even different. And that's probably why they've not caught on to that. They'll be feeling a wee bit stupid today when they see that goal. Because you can be sure referees all over Europe that have seen that will be talking about that. That's a drastic mistake. That's what they call a major error.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a big game like that.
Is it VAR's fault for not picking it up?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the linesman, he should stick his flag up as well, because he's got to know that ball was really, really close to that man. It's well offside. I mean, you see the player. I've seen it from all different angles, and you see the player. He kind of, he's trying to get away at the road. He thinks I'm going to get hit in the face with this ball here, and I think he might be intentionally standing there to block McGregor's view. This might be something that they do, But the referee, as I say, I thought he let them away with a lot of fouls in the first half, and then he gave us two really, really, really soft yellow cards. And later on, Goldston and Tavernier get two yellow cards, really, really soft. Couldn't believe it.
Aye.
I thought he's one of these referees that thinks, if I don't give out any cards, everybody will think I'm great. You get the referees.
Can I jump in there, Oxshire? How you doing, Willie? FIFA Rule 11 offside. Mm-hmm. Players in offside position can also be offside if the referee decides that the player is causing interference or obstruction with an opponent, i.e. goalkeeper, prevents opponent from playing the ball, i.e. goalkeeper, deceives or distracts an opponent, i.e. goalkeeper.
There you go.
This is where an advantage can be gained by standing in front of the opposing goalkeeper, which allows the obstruction of the ball trajectory.
So it's offside.
So it's offside. That's in FIFA. It's FIFA offside rules. FIFA 11. FIFA law 11 offside. The offside rule. I'm not going to read it all. So I dug out the bit there that says about causing, preventing an opponent from actually seeing the ball or distracts or deceives an opponent where his position can gain an advantage. So there you are. I mean, so Wally's it's offside.
Aye, he's offside. He's absolutely 100% offside.
Aye.
See, if you look at it, you'll see your players pushing up, and they're leaving him in there, and he's not in any hurry. And that's how I think he might be intentionally standing in there to block McGregor's view.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he knew that shot was going to come in, but he might just be. I can't say he's been that lazy. He's not pushing out.
No.
I think that was a trick. That was a ploy. But it's a shocker. I just could not believe it that goal was allowed to stand. Couldn't believe it. I mean, I was so disappointed when the ball went in the net. Great shot and all that, we can see that. But I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, well, it's okay, he's a mile offside, right in front of McGregor, we're okay. I couldn't believe that they gave the goal.
I think Fox needs to get his eyes tested. That guy stood right in front of McGregor. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it yet, Bridge? Back in you come, Bridgeman. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm just watching it now, and it looks to me there could be 4 players offside there. 4 of their players. It could be 4 of their players in an offside position. But I don't know whether under the new rules it matters, because when you look at the shot just goes straight through all the Rangers players.
Mm-hmm. I know that.
All the Rangers players.
The other guy. Remember,
there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them.
It's the guy in front of Alan McGregor, and right in front of him, standing in the 6-yard box. Yeah.
Can Rangers make an appeal out of this?
No, mate.
No, I'm just asking. So the truth of the matter is that they actually never scored a goal.
No, it never stood for me. Never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, it's offside. Yeah, some you win, some you lose.
100%. I mean, there you go with the VAR. Oh, so talking about VAR, there's as many bad things about VAR as there is good things. There really is. It really needs sorted out. But then you don't know. That's French referees. You don't know how they're working with VAR in their country. I would take it the people with VAR were probably French as well.
There was a stat came out last night before the game that this referee has never awarded a penalty in the Europa League or Champions League.
I heard that.
We're going to get French Bridgeman to send them a French letter.
Oui, PP.
When you look at all the fouls that were committed, they never gave a yellow card, and then they gave the 2 yellows to us.
By the way, they were ridiculous yellow cards. They were ridiculous.
You know, at the start, guys, when I saw at the start it was a French referee and a German team, I thought, oh, we're okay tonight, you know. The French don't have much love for the Germans, you know. But, well, we just got that one Frenchman that does, unfortunately.
You know, I have to say to you that I've watched that game 3 times, and we've talked about it earlier on and during this programme, and until such times I've seen that, because I'm looking for something. I wasn't looking for something before. And that,
I'm always looking for it. If we lose a goal, I'm always looking for some kind of infringement.
I just saw that ball going in, and I thought, that boy's just smashed that. And there's
a good strike, and you also accept that Kent done everything he can to get there, Bridge, now that you've watched
I do actually, yes. I initially thought he was a wee bit slow, but there you go. It doesn't matter. I'm not a great critic of Ryan Kent. I think he's a smashing player. But, you know, I think if we had that goal, if we had scored that and got it chalked off, I don't know what I would have thought, to be honest. I don't know what I'd have thought.
Here's a quick question for you. You know, when you at that time in the game, do you come out, or should you have put 2 people on the post?
I suppose that's a good shout. I think what rankles is the timing of the goal, Oxchair, and it'd have been worse, mate, if it had been the second goal. That'd have really stuck in our throats. But it is what it is, and you know, the header out with the wrong player. If it had been Hollander or Barisic or somebody headering it out, instead of Sakala, then we could have probably said that they ended up halfway up the park. But it didn't. And the ball's in the net. I would have taken the 1-0 before the game, the same as everybody else. So let's go on, mate, and we're good losers. It's no nice to lose, but we take it to chin and we move on to the next game. And then hopefully the next game after that is the one that we end up with a bag of nerves again. But happy days.
Juicy Bear, before last night's game, I had a 70-30 tie. And I've now got it a 60-40. So I think we've actually come in a bit, yeah. And if we get the first goal...
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it swings
just
in
the one
our
goal. It's just the one goal. And we've got 90 minutes to score a goal to make the tie level. So this is a position which we were all satisfied to be in. We all said, as long as there's a goal in there, we're in the tie. And I'm thrilled about that, guys. My position hasn't changed. I'm over the moon that we're in this opportunity. And, that's as almost as good as we'd want it to be. And regarding the yellow cards as well, we've got no worries about any suspensions for the final unless someone gets sent off. Because you need, they watch them, the cards
make them more clean,
the series onwards. You need 3. Yeah, you need 3 to get suspended. So the only way go. Yeah, so it's impossible to get that unless you get a red card. So if Tav or Goldson get booked again, they won't be suspended. It will only be if they're sent off.
All right, okay.
So that's good. Because I was a little bit worried about that.
All right, okay. I thought it would. I was a bit worried about the 2 picking up a yellow and missing the final, if I'm being honest, Peter.
Yeah, but as Juicy's touched on it, just with the way we've cleaned the slate for all yellow cards, no way they can miss it now, as Juicy said, if they're getting a red card. But a lot of them should have been booked, but that's another matter as well. Yeah, the referee was bad last night, but
I don't think he
was.
I'll be honest, the referee was bad. I could have kicked him as he was when I seen that goal, and I actually said right up to just before he booked Golston, I thought the referee had been excellent, and then he booked Golston. I changed my mind.
Actually, I was thinking the exact same thing, and then he booked Tavernier, and I thought Tavernier took that ball, so I thought myself, was just crazy.
He took the ball in the man. Don't get me wrong, he missed a couple. The one Aribo right in front of the linesman gets kicked, doesn't get a free kick for it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It is what it is. I know it's frustrating. But does this not show you how far we've come in Europe? That wee things like that are annoying you now, whereas before we were outplayed tonight. Whereas last night, we changed our system, we sat in, but we made it hard for them to break us down last night. And as Alex said in the live feed, it reminded us of 2008 last night, and that's we've got enough. We have got enough to go and beat them. And I think Tavs gave away the game. Gio tried to play his cards close to his chest, whereas Tav, we've got players come back from injury for the home leg. So then Gio says, I don't know about my injuries yet, but then Tav said we've got players coming back from injury next week.
I wouldn't take too much of what Tav says about that. I really wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. The manager's going to be the one. He'll know. He'll be told this is the situation. Maybe the players themselves have turned around and said to Tav, I'm looking all right, I'm feeling good. Should maybe make it for next week or something. And he's come away and said that. Tav shouldn't be opening his mouth like that. It's a manager's job to say these things. Makes me angry when the manager is overridden like that.
All right. Listen, Peter, good to speak to you, mate. Catch you soon, mate. You look after yourself. Hope you have a good weekend, and we'll maybe speak to you next week or the weekend, yeah?
Yeah, no bother. Thanks for taking the call. It was good to
always,
speak to you all and listen to the show.
Always a pleasure. Great points. Cheers.
Cheers later.
But aye, it's interesting. We're building up, and we'll see how we see it. Wally, what's our chances of getting through, mate?
Well, I think we've got an excellent chance. I think they're there for the beating. I really think so. I mean, Braga, I think it was similar to the Braga away game. And look what we did to Braga at Ibrox. We destroyed them.
Well, Braga, for 20 minutes in Braga, they gave us a bigger down than they'd done anything to us last night, Billy, if you think back.
Oh, aye. But I mean, we were expecting big things for Braga. I mean, we were expecting big things for them. And we're back home with just a 1-0 defeat to a dodgy offside goal,
Talking about dodgy, we've been joined by Andy for Leeds. Evening, Andrew.
Good evening. Good evening, guys. I don't know about me being dodgy. It's that bugger in that Benny character right enough. I'm banned off of Facebook, so I can't answer him back.
Benny from Facebook, from Crossroads.
Aye, that's him. Aye. Okay. Look, we asked last night, didn't we, to stay in the tie and all that. Well, we've done that. Thought we did our job. That it was set out for them. I think the players, did well. Keep it where it did. And I just feel a bit flat. I think I'm more disappointed in the fact that we lost the goal there in the overall game. Because I think we did what we had to do and what we set out to do. We're in the tie now. Christ, we were all nervous yesterday. What we're going to be like come next week, man. Something they're thinking about. But I think we've got a chance. I don't want it to go to penalties. I like to see Rangers get a tie done in 90 minutes. We can't do it in 90 minutes, do it in 120. I wouldn't let it go to penalties for the simple fact the Germans are pretty good at the penalties. You don't usually see them losing many of them contests, so let's get it done in the normal time for me. But yeah, I just feel a bit flat,
We should ask the SFA and UEFA if Tav can take all the penalties. The only one who takes them, eh?
Tav will not score 5 in a row, put it that way.
That's a good point, actually. So forget that one.
But what I'd like to see us do now, I'd like to see us, go out there, depending on what team he picks. I think he'll rest a few. I'm pretty sure of that.
You're going to get everything Thursday. We're going to go and have a go.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I want to see us get a good result on Sunday, just to get a right good confidence boost to going into that game. Don't want to go into there getting beat off of them. I want us up and ready. Not that we'll not be ready, no matter what the result is. For me, that's gone now. Thursday will take care of itself after Sunday. For me, it's all about getting into them on Sunday and sorting them out. We'll come Monday, then we can start building up with a big one on the Thursday.
What was Shoggs thinking? The brains of the family?
Well, he thought we did well. He didn't thought we deserved to lose the late goal. I was disappointed in Rangers in the fact that they didn't do any shouting on the pack to the referee, so that VAR should be watching to, have a look at the decision. There was no look at the decision by the looks of things. Anybody that looked at that, it would have been chopped off. I said it straight away myself.
They check every goal, mate, so there's no point. You shouldn't have to,
No, but I mean, there was there then, or they were all pissed because they missed that, because that's just ridiculous. that was offside straight away.
Well, if Mr. Fox was on VAR last night, he's gained it as a goal. There you go, JFK.
No, take your glasses off, Fox. No, sorry, but I've watched it many, many, many times, and I've read out the law. The VAR man must have been sleeping. Whatever it was, But look, obviously we'll go into Sunday's game now, but the big debate, and it's quite strong on social media. There's a big debate going on about who should be arresting Sunday. Should we arrest and should we no arrest? I'm
putting you on the spot then. JFK is Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, and you're picking the team. Give me JFK's team.
It's a no-brainer for me, man. Absolutely no changes at all. Go for the strongest team, and it's got to be Tav, Golson, Bassett and Barisic in the middle. Obviously it's going to be Ryan Jack and probably Lundstrom and Kamara up front. Hopefully Roof's fit, but I wouldn't probably play him, but he'll be okay for Thursday. And up front still got to be Ryan Kent. I would drop Wright and I'd play Sakala. Who would I play? Would I play a Rebo in there? Is that number 9 again? I probably would. I think he done no bad. But for me, it's the strongest team possible. But the league can still be won. I know some are thinking, it's done, but it's no done till it's over, as they say. So, strongest team possible, mate. Will he make changes? I don't think he'll make a lot of changes.
Are you going with McGregor?
Yep.
McGregor, Golson, Tavernier, Bassett, Barisic, Jack, Lundstrom, Kamara.
Yep.
Sakala, Kent, and Joe Aribo.
Probably Joe Aribo in the middle, mate, aye.
Right, okay. The only problem I've got is I think Sakala's a better player on the left. Yeah. For some business.
Probably right there, but I just don't think...
I'm not playing right. I'm not playing right.
No, I'm not what... I just think right time came there and it went. I don't... somebody said earlier on, maybe he's found his label in the Premiership. I don't know if that's fair on the boy, but we're going to win the game on Sunday as well. Put pressure on them and see what happens. You never know. You never know. The helicopter might be starting to fly in the last game of the season. We never know. So you certainly don't want to be getting a heavy defeat, changing the team dramatically, come away from there with a heavy defeat, with them celebrating. We us get into a semi-final second leg game. Definitely no. So let's go for it. Let's go for the throw it.
Andy, what's your thoughts?
I'm going. I'd rest the Shagger. I think he could be vital on Thursday. So I'd bring McLaughlin, and no way I'd touch that Kamara. I don't like him at all. I'll be honest with you, right enough. I'm having Davis in, but I think Gio just took a dislike into Davis no matter what. There's something don't sit right with that one. And I would have Sashin in for right. That would be it. McLaughlin, Davis, and Sashin in. But for me, Gio just doesn't. I think it's a bad way to treat a guy of that quality. He's just not prepared to play in certain games, and I think bringing Sands on for him, no, I just don't see that. That don't sit right with me. But he's a manager. He makes the decisions. I'm just a fan here that just mumps my guns, and I don't think he picked the right player. But there you go. That's what it is, isn't it? But Davis would be in for me right from the start there.
I would have brought Sands and Davis on last night, and I'll tell you why. I would have brought Davis on to go where Sands went, and I'd have just put Sands where Ryan Kent was and told him to sit in, and either left Fashion up top. The clock was running down. We were into the 8th minute, and Ryan Kent, I know you see him for the goal. He gives everything he can again, But he had run his race, and I think that was a mistake. Davis should have come on, he had the ball, and Sands could have won just to give his legs for Kent, just for the last few minutes. If that makes sense, Andy.
Yeah, I go with that. I can see what you're pointing at. It's just I do not understand at all. I mean, we all know that Davis is not going to be there, and he don't even look like he's prepared to game. As I said 3 or 4 weeks ago, he could be pivotal to what we're trying to achieve here. And I just think it's a Dirk Kuyt situation. He did the same at Feyenoord with him. He kept him out and all that, and I think he had to go back and rely on him a bit when they won the league. I just got a funny feeling that he's a bit triggered that way. I'm the boss here, and I'll do it my way, which is fair enough. But that's just don't sit right with me with Davis. It just don't sit right. I can't get my head around it, to be honest with you. But as I say, he's a manager, not me. But I get your point with Sands right enough. But it is a funny thing, I know. Jack was sort of like quiet but getting around the game yesterday. But every time he seems to go off, we seem to lose a bloody late goal. But there you go. It is one of them things, I thought I wouldn't have took Jack off last night. I would have left him where he was. I thought he was.
I would have took Aribo off last night. If I'm being honest, I'll take that to Willie. I wouldn't have took Aribo off. Yeah.
Aribo's good at holding onto the ball. He can run with the ball. He can take players on. He can kill time. If you know what I mean. He can hold onto the ball. He can allow players to move into spaces. I think for Sunday, I'd definitely go with Steve Davis. He was born to play in the games. Absolutely born. I'd put him in instead of Kamara. Absolutely. I'm worried. I hear it's John Beaton's the referee for Sunday.
Cheating Beaton, you mean?
That's him. I'm worried about that. I think they're going to kick us to death on Sunday. Because see the Hearts Hibs semi-final. Beaton was the referee. Hibs were kicking lumps out of Hearts. He did send one of the Hibs players off, a big Newell, but he could have sent another one, maybe two off. Hibs are terribly physical, and Beaton just let it go.
I think you're being gentle to them. I think they're one of the dirtiest teams you've ever seen.
Aye, but I think Celtic on Sunday they'll try and kick us off the park.
They most assuredly will try it. Absolutely.
Absolutely they will.
It's okay. We've got Big John. It's okay. Big John. Big John Lundstrom.
Big bad John.
Big John.
Are you saying to me, Juicy, that Big John knows?
Big John knows, aye.
Well, he certainly does. And we, McGregor certainly knew when he bounced off him the other week. But I like what you guys are saying there. I'd pretty much make the same changes. I'd go McLaughlin in goal. I'd have Davis on for Kamara. The only thing that I do differently from what you guys have said is I would rest Kent. A bit controversial, but I think he ran a massive race on Thursday, and I'd bring Fashion in on that left. So a little bit light maybe up front, but I'd go with Aribo in that forward role.
Maybe
use Kent later.
Wait a minute, Bridge. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Sorry, pal.
Hear your name. Wally, in you come.
I think it's perfect for Davis, guys.
Yeah. Would you play Davis, Wally?
Absolutely, I would. Have you noticed that you never see Davis getting his shirt tugged? You notice that? You know how that is?
So
Steve Davis doesn't wear a shirt. That's a tattoo he's got.
Many a true words said and just in you come, Bridge.
I was just going to say that when I listened to Juicy saying that, there's absolutely no way in this God's earth. If I was the manager of Rangers, I would not be dropping Ryan Kent. No way. The games against Celtic are crucial with him in them. He loves them. He just loves them.
I know, Bridgeman, but he looked dead on his feet, and that's my only concern. Is I don't want to see him injured or not 100% for Thursday.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've got sympathy there, and I think the manager should know, or if he doesn't know, get to know, and tell the players if they don't feel that they don't think they can do another 2 games, big high games, then just
You don't ask, Bridgeman, you don't ask players what they want to do, mate. You don't, Bridge. No, at that level, you don't ask players what they want to do. It's nothing.
They'll say they want to.
Aye, that's what you. If you done that, you would never need a manager. You know.
No. If they've not got it in them, that's a way to fire them up. Ask them, are you ready to play here or not?
We'll cut across. We've been joined by James. Evening, James.
Good evening, panel. Good evening yourself, mate. But see, they can have like the name that's been kind of missed out for me. I think I was watching that game last night. Seeing that it came to about obviously it was 0-0 and it was about 80 minutes. I thought you could maybe push to Rebo, maybe out wide right, Kent as he was on the left, and push to Arfield in the middle. What do you think of that, guys? I thought Arfield could have more a false number 10. I think he's more able to do a false 10 than Rebo would have been. So.
I see your rationale, but for me, Joe Rebo's more suited up there against their centre halves than Arfield would. I would have left a Rebo on personally, and I wouldn't have put.
I would have put a Rebo wide right, but I think when Arfield, he's more kind of a natural finisher. Well, not a natural finisher, you know what I mean? But
like he was against Braga in the last 10 minutes.
Aye, well, and against that other the Green Mob at the semi-final at Hampden, I mean, so.
Joe Rebo, James all day long's more suited to that role. GFK?
I don't agree with that. I wouldn't have went that route. I would have rather have seen us doing it about 10 minutes to go. I'd rather seen us maybe bolster our defence a bit, because I think you said earlier on Oxford should maybe have put 2 at the post, but it is what it is, and the manager makes a decision. I mean, what Bridge is saying there about players, no, but if a player turns and says he doesn't want to play, then he shouldn't be playing for Rangers. He's no up for it. So simple as that. The manager makes a decision.
You don't ask players. That's what you get a manager for.
Yeah, you don't ask him. You're playing. If you don't want to play, then there's the door. Simple as.
I think there's certainly something wrong between Van Bronckhorst and Stephen Davis. I mean, if you bring on Bobby Sands on before Stephen Davis, now what is going on there? And I think I could have nearly get that away again, but I'd rather bring on Bobby Sands and fucking James Sands.
We seem to have lost James there. A wee bit excited. But I see his point, but I think, and look, I had no problem with the boy Sands coming on last night, Andy. Yeah, I understood bringing Sands on because Jack and Kamara in there, they were doing a lot of work, but sometimes without the ball. So I get that. I get the rationale with 10 minutes to go. But when you look at the game, you're saying, could they have just seen it out for us with a bit more experience? But when you bring him on, I also brought on, as I said, I would have brought on Davis and just put Sands and took Kent off just to give his fresh legs. I know that's a wee bit controversial, but it was a cloak. We were playing the cloak then. We were into the 80th minute, you know?
Yeah, I see your point there, enough. It's just that for me, the merit goes on now. For me, there's definitely something in Gio's mind where Davis is concerned. And, sometimes you don't get on with people. You don't have to get on. It's for the good of the team and the club. And I just don't get it. I could get it if you're saying, right, well, his legs are totally gone. But, he come on in the extra time against them and the various little cameos for St Mirren one, in the other game there. You can see the difference. You can see the calm and influence he brings to the team. Players around him play better. Now, he's a top-class manager. He's won the Dutch League. He's been around. He's won many trophies, medals. He should be seeing that. Come on, this guy could help us here for where we need to go. And for me, it's very, very disappointing to do that to him. And there's something not right. No, it doesn't sit right with me at all. Another question. Can I throw a question back to you guys? Are you not a wee bit disappointed looking back on last night that we didn't, try to open up at certain stages of the game? Because when we did, I thought they didn't look that clever, if you get what I'm saying.
With nothing up front. You're expecting a Rebo and Kent to do the job of 3 men. And when Sakala come on, Aribo moves positions. We're the piece with nothing up front, in my opinion. Juicy Bear. And I thought Aribo done all right, but then
it was always going to be it was always going to be a difficult shift, guys, and we knew what we were lacking going into the game. So, with that being said, our top scorer is still in the team, as I said yesterday before the game in Tavernier, but holding the ball up was a problem for us last night, and I just didn't think that when Aribo went off, Sakala was any good at doing that job again. Like against Braga, he's not that player who can hold the ball up in the middle. He's fine on the wings, particularly the left. But I'm just praying that Ruper's back for next Thursday, because that he's proven that actually once we started to play to a way that suited him, he was running onto things and stuff, and it was working quite well against Braga. So fingers crossed he's available. If not, we're probably going to go, what would you say, Aribo again?
I was talking. The thing about playing Aribo, that gives us a problem unless Ramsey's fit for the right side of the pitch, mate.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be available. I'd be very surprised if he's available. I think Rufus got a chance. I think Ramsey might be done for a couple of more games. We might not see him again. Because he won't be necessarily matched up.
Right. And you come, Bridge? JFK.
I think, going forward last night, I don't think was an option to go gung-ho. I think we know having Alfie there, I think we were curtailed with that, and obviously with Roof being out. So the players were given a game plan and they stuck to it. And while it wasn't pretty to watch at times, the end result justified the means, Oxtear. So I think we've got to be happy with that. It's all right saying it. It'd been good to see us score a goal last night. Of course it would have. We're all wanting that. As I said at the start of the show, I found it quite a strange game to start with the first 25 minutes. So, but the end result was 1-0, and we've all got to be happy with that. Take it back to Ibrox next week as we will do, and win the tie. So it is what it is, because the personnel weren't there. We've seen sometimes when the ball was coming there, there's nobody like Alfie in the Premiership that can do that. But he's back to the defender and no come away. And he doesn't do it with one defender, he can do it with two or three. So he's no there. The manager put a game plan in and we go on with it. If they'd got a goal last night, it'd have been a dream. But it didn't happen. So we'll just go with the flow, as you say.
Andy, when you come, mate, back in.
Yeah, well, I get that, but like I know, there's no point in us even talking about Morales, because Morales is not going to be playing at all. On the Ramsey one, I'm not really bothered whether he plays or he doesn't. All right, he got a goal against Filth, right enough, but if that guy plays 2 games and then you don't see him for bloody, every time he comes back, he's like a chameleon. He comes back with a different look. He's out of the game that line. You know what I mean? So I'm not really bothered about Ramsey. We've got to go with what we've got now. We've got to find the guys that are going to put at least 2 goals in the rigging for us there on Thursday night, to get us through the tie. I think we can. I think we can get some set pieces around the box and all that. Our 2 central defenders could be pivotal to, getting us a goal as well. I don't really know how to go. I seen somebody actually say, well, we've got to go in with a striker. If all else fails and Roof's not fit, we've got to go with hitting. I ain't sure about that one. I kind of fell off my seat there, right enough. But I kind of see what they're saying in terms of we've got to go with what you would call a striker. But, geez, man, not so sure. But there again, that thing's happening in football. But, yeah, look, we're going to be... I'd just like, as I said, not going gun-ho, like, I wasn't meaning that, Jimmy. I was meaning that at times I would have thought we could have just gone in a 5 or 6 minute, we'll see what we go, because they didn't look that clever when Rangers decided to have a go.
The one when Ryan Kent flashed it across the box, we were looking for it to hit a post and gun, and the one we had, he whipped it in and the goalkeeper handled it quite well. I can understand what you're saying, Andy, but I think the circumstances that we were in, the gaffer wasn't wanting to take the chance. But it'd been magnificent if we'd have managed to get a goal last night. A goal that we probably deserved their run of play, because, I mean, I couldn't see them scoring, to be quite honest. I know they had a couple of half-decent chances, but as Oxshire said at Saturday night, when that ball went there with that boy, I thought, this is yours. We're going far here. This is for us. And let's hope that continues, Andy. But I agree with some of the points you're saying there. No, it'd been good to see you score. And I know we've not got Alfie, and I think that's why the team planned to play the way it is. I mean, we'll need to see what happens on Thursday. Roof seemingly is making decent progress in this cryo chamber to try and get fit for some part of the game. And I don't know what the situation with Ramsey, if he's out altogether. I know, but we know Alfie's out. So we'll play with whatever team we've got to play with, and Ibrox will be rocking, and I'm sure that we'll win the tie, mate.
I'll get Fox. He's in one of the chambers and all, but can't get him fit for Seville. He's having these sessions with Ruth.
Chamber of Horrors.
Chamber of Horrors, aye.
Well, he was talking to Keema today. We're trying to get Fox fit for Seville.
I'm telling you. That was quite funny, that one. I must admit, that was quite funny. I just hope that the players that we've got are fit enough, including the guys that played last night. They're all fit and ready for Sunday. And always up to the manager to pick them. And we'll see what happens on Sunday. Because I would hate to think we're going to go to Parkhead and just give in. I just don't want that. I want Rangers players to go there and win. That's what. And see if we do win. Oh my God, I'll be panicking. The wee panics in the heartbeat. I tell you, I don't know what to do. Close the Erskine Bridge.
Yeah. Right, okay. I'll take this to Wally, and then I'll go to Andy with it again. We've had a few big weeks in this season. Jeez, how big's this next week? The next 6 days. Wally?
This is huge. I don't know if my heart can take it, I'll tell you.
Well, definitely my heart, that's a new
thing. I was on the board last night, saying the boys were saying that they were nervous before the game last night. I'm saying I'm saving my nervous breakdown for next Thursday. You know? Because that is really going to be
have a thought. When you're having that thought, have a thought for Mrs. Bridge and what she's got to put up with.
My wee Doug's a shih tzu, my wee Doug Blue. Now he looked at me to say, "Come on, Da, we've walked 10 miles already."
It was only 5 to 8 in the morning.
Aye.
I'm just taking the dog out. No, you're not. I'm no God.
The dog was 3 feet tall when he left, but it was 18 inches tall when he came back.
It's just trying to keep ourselves occupied, and next Thursday we'll do the same. We'll all be the night before. We'll be a bag of nerves, and worse than a bag of nerves. Oh,
I'm nervous just thinking about it.
Oh, I'm the new mate. I said that Yorkshire earlier on. I'm Sunday's game's not even in my mind now.
That's true. I feel the same.
It's strange, isn't it? It's strange, Andy. But if we can win this game on Thursday night, it's historic. You know, I mean, let's be honest. You never know if we're going to see Rangers. I mean, we went from 72 to 2008 before we played in the semi-final. You know, you can throw in maybe the Marseille one. So that was, 36 years. So, I mean, I'll see it, but you'll know I'll see it. You know what I mean?
I think after coming up to Thursday night, and I don't think a lot of us will see it at all. I mean, personally myself, all the time I've followed the Rangers, and so what happened to us, what they did to what they tried to do is, I would say that 90 minutes or possibly 120 is the biggest minutes in the history of the football club, isn't it, really? But look at it logically. I mean, we can get into that final turn round to them, and that'll absolutely sicken them. It'll kill them, and then if we went on to win it, oh dearie me. Oh, no, come on! I've got to worry about the South game first before I start thinking like that. I've got a bottle of vodka for tomorrow. I'm opening it tonight. If we can get thinking about it, no, leave it. Just let's get this game done on Sunday. I don't want us going up there and showing myself up like we did the last time. I don't think we're going to do that right enough. I'll be staggered if we go and put in that kind of performance right enough in between the two European games. So for me, I think if we can get this win on Sunday, or even if it's a draw, right, put it that way, as long as we don't get beaten them and we go into the game on Thursday, we don't want anything stupid happening before we go into this game. So it would be nice to get a nice result. Going into the game, I think the league's gone. Let's be honest, we're not going to win that, but let's just go in there, not getting defeated, and then we're ready to go on Thursday. That's how I look at it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get. I've asked Bridge this question. I'm going to get in news as well. The genie pops out, and you can pick one game 2-0 Sunday or Thursday. Yeah, on Juicy Bear, Sunday or Thursday.
100% Thursday. The league will be there every single season for the rest of our lives.
Andy feelings.
Oh, now you're at it. You know my hatred for these mobs. My old man will be turning wherever he is about what I'm going to say here. Right? No, a draw on Sunday and a win on Thursday.
Wasn't too fond of the Germans near it?
No, it wasn't. No, I'll say a draw on Sunday and a win on Thursday.
Willie?
200% Thursday.
JFK?
100% Thursday, once in a lifetime. League will always be there.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
Yep.
That's because we're going to win 3-0 on Sunday.
Well, okay, I'll take that.
2's not enough for Sunday. We want at least 3.
And if we do get through on Thursday, the ka-ching, the gear, the sell, the strips, the t-shirts, everything, everything, JFK.
Oh, definitely, mate. I need to get in training because if I've got to get to Seville, mate, I need my old John Greggs to be up for it. I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm just, do you know, I can't believe the way I'm feeling now, and I'm not even thinking about their game on Sunday. It's just, I'm uptight and head up about Thursday. I just can't believe I'm like this.
That last night or next week?
Oh, I'm buzzing now. I'm thinking about Thursday. You know, I'm not thinking about their game. The Sun. I mean, I'm probably like.
When he phones me this morning, he says, "It's right. If you sorted this in, so I've sorted the flights, the hotel," and he says, "How am I getting to the airport?" I said, "So I've got my taxi booked to the airport," and then I shows him a hotel, Bridgeman. He says, "Only 4-star."
All right, snob, isn't he?
Oh dear. It's a great feeling it's quite funny the way we're feeling in New Yorkshire. I'm not really actually bothered about their game on Sunday. I'm not saying I'm not bothered, but I'm just all Man United, as I said, goes about next Thursday. I just can't wait for it to happen.
Oh, but better than them.
Oh, definitely, mate, definitely. Just this is something that 1972 we won the Cup Winners' Cup, and in my lifetime I never thought I'd ever see a day something like this again, and this is our chance to do it, mate.
You're hearing, Andy, in 1972 we lost 1-0 away in Germany in the semi-final.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We drew 1 each.
Oh, we did. You're right.
You shocker, Andy. Leave him alone.
Right.
Do your homework before you come on here.
Yeah.
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
Bridge man, I'll pay for that for getting that one right, won't I?
The tampy's in the post.
Andy, you're just going to taint us as well. We'll get it next week, I'll tell you.
I know, I better keep watching behind my back now, eh?
Not at all, Andrew. That was what you call a typo, you know what I mean?
No, it was because you got it wrong the other night as well.
Well, I've got a few things wrong the other night, mate, if you were listening.
My poor misery going mental. So the build up to the Celtic game is incredible. My nerves are jangling. I was sky high last night, and I never came down. I've not come down yet. So forgive me, guys. Forgive me. It's just going to go on. This plateau is going to be there. My wife says to me, "You've got high blood pressure." Is that all? Wow. It's wow.
By the way, here's like, you know how you have all these coincidences, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What country did the opposition come for that lost in the other semi-final in '72? So who did the Moscow Dynamo knock out?
Moscow Dynamo beat. It wasn't West Ham. Was it an English team? I know that.
No, it was another German team. Dynamo Berlin. Yes. So there was 2 German teams in the semi-final and they both got knocked out. So I wonder if that's an omen. There's another. Well, you never know, do you?
I don't think West Ham's going to beat that.
I don't want West Ham in the final.
Right, listen, just ask you. Listen, I just want to say today, buried was one of Rangers Radio's greats. Buried today was my mate, True Blue, a gentleman, a scholar, a man of the craft, an absolute Rangers diamond, funny, intelligent, articulate, and he was one of the driving forces between the start of Rangers Radio. He kept us on our toes with humour and discipline, and you'll be missed forever and ever. Yeah. True Blue, one of our own. Good night.
Yeah. Sleep tight, mate.
The time has come to say goodnight. For every road must end to the ones who care and are always there. Our very special friend. Let's say goodnight to those we love and maybe shed a tear. But before we close, let's think of those we love who can be here. Let's raise a glass to absent friends. For every road must end, you'll always be there in our hearts, our special absent friends. And when it's time for us to go, and our long journey ends, you'll never be alone, you see. You'll be with absent friends. So let's raise a glass to absent friends. For every road must end, you'll always be there in our hearts, her special